Hello and welcome back to Shine the Fine Art. Today I am doing a drawing using Charvin water-soluble pastels, and I'm going to do a review on them too. However, for the subject I chose to draw Lord Krishna because it is the occasion of Krishna Janmashtami, or rather Lord Krishna's birthday. So it serves a dual purpose. I get to review the product, I get to celebrate the occasion in the artist way. So please let me know how you like the drawing. Also let me know if you like me to review any other products that you would like to use and you would want to know how that works. This is not a sponsored video, that's a disclaimer. And I bought this particular product, this water-soluble pastels, to add into my portfolio of stuff that, or rather materials that I use for watercolor. But I thought, let me use it in various different ways and try out different things and see what works and what doesn't work, because that is what a review is all about. So as usual, I would ask you to subscribe, like and comment on the video, because that is how you get to keep in touch with what I'm working on and what is coming up next. Thank you for watching.
I'm starting off with blocking the background. I am using multiple shades of blue, gray and purple and a little bit of white to do that. And you will see that I will continuously come up with the multiple colors and actually add layer after layer after layer to build this color, build the background. This is because this particular medium, that is what I'm using, the Charvin water-soluble pastels, are a little hard. It is, but in texture or utility is more similar to the Conte sticks that pastel artists use, and it is not like soft pastels, not as soft as soft pastels are, so it takes a little bit of pressure and a few layers to get to the level of coverage that you are looking for. Now I am actually blocking in the body of the Krishna figure that I'm drawing. It is a bronze statue, so I'm starting off with a light yellowish color with some details working in with browns. Now the corner of the stick, if you use the very corner of the stick, you can get moderate amount of details. Like you can see that I am being able to make thinner lines, but just like pastels, this has to be used in layers, so you have to continuously add, blend and add, and you can keep on adding layers after layers of details and get more or less good details. However, I mean, ultimately they are not you cannot sharpen them like you can sharpen a pencil. So there is, to a certain extent, a limit to how much details you can get on it. Like you can see that when I'm coming to the areas of the eyes and nose and mouth, then it is becoming harder. And I purposefully chose a subject which had a lot of details so that I could test out how much detail work I could do with it. So as a result, I can tell you that you can do a lot of details if you use the corner of the sticks, because these are hard sticks and it kind of has a sharp and pointed corner, but there is a limitation to how much of that you can do. So also have to remember that this is a pretty small drawing. Like this whole paper is 9 by 12, so I'm kind of working on 8 by 10 area. And obviously if I'm trying to do a half body, then I'm getting very little area to put in the fine details. So the smaller they are, the harder the details are to put. Now if I had been working on a surface which was like 11 by 14 or bigger, then obviously these eyes and nose would have been bigger, and then getting those details wouldn't have been hard at all, even with these Conte sticks. So keep it in mind that it is a little bit hard to get the very fine details, but you can get good amount of details. Now you can see that just like pastels, you can work from dark to light and light to dark, whichever works for you. And generally in pastels and oil paintings, you work from dark to light. And I am kind of using a combination of both because I kind of wanted to judge where I wanted the lights and darks. After a certain amount of layers, you will see that I'll come back with a paintbrush, which is just damp, not wet, just damp, and add on some details by the paintbrush. Now, one thing you need to keep in mind that you can keep on adding layers after layers after layers as long as it is dry. And the layers will take on very well. It will just work like pastels. The bottom layers will still stay, but if you are using water, then it kind of behaves just like watercolor. The bottom layers would can be picked up, so you don't want to scrub too hard. You have to be very careful when you're using it wet. So if you are planning to use a paintbrush to paint in the details, then save it for the very end of the drawing or painting, because once you wet the brush and add it, if you press it, if you apply too much pressure, it will lift off the layers underneath, which is not something that you would want. Now you can see that what I was talking about, like I'm coming back with wet paintbrush and it kind of darkening some of the areas so that some of the details pop out better. And in the process, I am lifting up some of the details that I had previously added, or some of the colors that I've previously added, which I will have to come back with the crayons and add on. Apologize at this point, you're missing out on some of the details at the very top of the drawing because of the not so good camera angle. And I also would like to apologize for the grainy nature of the video. I am not sure why this is happening because I'm using the same camera that I generally use. So I apologize for that as well. I hope that doesn't bother you too much, and I hope that doesn't happen again in future. I'm sorry about that. So you can see I'm continuously adding layers, darkening the darks, lightening the lights. No matter what medium I work on, this is critical for a good drawing or painting, the contrast. So you make your darks dark and you make your lights light, and you add sparingly highlights, but highlights should be put against very contrasting, very dark areas so that your drawing painting pops. You can see that if I'm darkening the areas, I'm going for really dark, and if I'm lightening the areas, I'm going for like bright yellows and whites. So that is what you need, like the contrast should be real contrast. And you can see that I've pulled in apart from browns and grays, I've pulled in purples and greens. This is because, like at the beginning I said, this is a bronze statue, and for some reason, because of the oxidation and the metallic composition of bronze, when it reflects light, the darker areas look a little bit greenish and brownish and purplish. I just wanted to look that way, so I have pulled in the colors purple, blue and green as well. I'm adding some black here, then I'm adding some brown, yellow, and continuously working on developing my contrast as better as I can. I'm darkening my shadows. Slowly I'm going from blue to purple to green, and even I'm adding some blacks. Now I'm coming back with a paintbrush and darkening, and at this point I'm hoping that I'm pretty close to the end of the painting, and I will not be adding too much of details after this, because like I said, once I use a paintbrush, it will start lifting off the paint underneath, so it has to be saved for the very last. You can see that still I did not get very good details in the areas of the eyes and mouth, because those are like really teeny tiny in this particular drawing. So eventually I used some of my pastel pencils and my charcoal pencil to get the details to the level that I wanted, and sharpening and kind of popping the image. Like you see the eyeballs and the lips, the eyelids. I'm bringing in all my pastel pencils and my charcoal pencils. So I have used a general black and white charcoal pencil, and I have a few Conte pastel pencils in beige and orange colors. They're meant for portrait, so I pulled them in as well, but that is just sparingly. So you can say that 97% of this drawing has been done just with the Charvins, and only 5% or 3% has been done with any other things, and it turned out pretty good. So I would recommend this particular product, and go give it a try. Thank you for watching.